Hey you guys, it's Mish. Welcome back to my channel where I like to bring you guys along with me as I navigate my faith, fitness, and financial journeys. So today I'm coming to you guys with a little financial chit chat. I'm about 45 days into my 75 hard, the financial edition. That itself is going great, going phenomenal. I really do see me tracking my expenses, if not on a daily basis, on a every other day basis after I complete the challenge, as well as trying to incorporate one small wealth action into my weekly habits. Oh, and the financial education. But I wanted to talk today just about the emotional side of this debt free journey. Lately, girl's been real emotional in regards to paying off debt, and so many things are, I feel, attached to that. I'm gonna attach a quick emotions wheel. I first came across this maybe earlier this year. I took some type of class, a true colors class at through my job, which just talks about like your personality and kind of how you operate and what things make sense to you and how other people perceive you too. They showed me this emotional wheel, and just it got to the root cause of certain emotions that you experience. I would say part of my journey, honestly, I feel constricted. I feel anxious at different times. I feel a bit ashamed too about not already having paid off my student loans. I feel a bit discouraged and disappointed in myself that I kind of had to pull from my emergency fund to throw towards debt. So there's a level of comfort that I no longer have. A lot of the things that I'm experiencing too is just like truly being committed to this. I'm just like, wow. Telling myself no, that's a whole different story on a different day. But I tell myself no quite frequently. Now I give myself those yeses, especially if they're within the budget. I told myself that I was not going to nitpick everything. And if it's within the budget, then it's okay. My problem is when I'm getting near to exhausting whichever budget category I have, and I still tell myself yes. Or just having to sit and go back and forth with myself like, is this worth it? So if I have a budget of $100, like, is this one particular activity or item worth spending $60, which is 60% of the budget, knowing that you have the remainder of the month and that you're going to have to tell yourself no all the time? And those are normally conversations that I really wasn't having with myself up until this go around of really locking in on my debt free journey. I feel prior to this, I would just get stuff. I had quite a bit of a buffer in there in my account. But I say all of this to say that it's a lot. It's a lot. And sometimes I'm experiencing these different emotions throughout the day. And even though I'm taking steps towards eliminating my debt, it still doesn't always feel so good in the moment. Like I said, that I am going to commit to this journey. So that also means processing the feelings that I have attached to my finances, how I operate with my own finances, and where I'm actually trying to go. I do believe that these different emotions that I'm feeling all throughout the day, all throughout the week, all throughout the month play a purpose. And the purpose being that some type of experience or there's some type of mental blockage that's attached to those feelings that's causing me to feel that way that I need to process. Stuff like that, stuff that may be getting up the way of me thinking differently when it comes to my finances, things that may be getting in the way of me acting differently when it comes to my finances. And I have to go through these things. You have to go through to get through, right? One of those type of moments. And it's just like, sweetheart, you got to keep your head up, first of all. I'm not in a bad position. I'm not in an ideal position either. I will say that. So I'm doing what works for me at the moment. I'm tackling that. I'm saying no to a lot of things. I still am experiencing life a little bit. I just got back from a day trip to Houston. And that's another thing too that I wanted to mention. Day trips are definitely my thing right now. And somebody's like, well, why do you keep taking these day trips? Why don't you just do this and why don't you do that? Why don't you mind your business? Hmm. You could do that. That's for free. I'm not in a position to be taking multiple days. The thing that costs the most is the hotel. If you didn't know, at least in my case, this last trip I spent $63 round trip to go to Houston. I flew out in the morning. I came back later that night. My car love to be doing weird stuff. So well over. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I do have it memorized in the car, like to my favorite relaxation position, but I do want it up a little bit more because that's a little too laid back. Like, sweetheart, sit up just a little bit. That's not the bad. Anywho. I know I feel like I'm all over the place in this. Who knows what I'm gonna keep? Who knows what I'm gonna cut out? But focus, focus. It's inexpensive to say that I spent $150, $160 for the day to go to a different state for the day. Anything that I can take that's going to keep me under my monthly personal allowance, which is $180, then I'm okay with that. That's where I'm at in life. And that's another thing that I want to touch on if anybody else is out there on their journey and they feel a little discouraged. You do have to have a little bit of fun in between paying off the debt. Do not suck the life out of yourself to pay off the debt. Stay within budget, whatever you budget for, stay within that, but enjoy those moments, have those experiences because time is going to pass regardless. So you may not be able to take the trip to Greece. You could take that trip to Lake Tahoe, maybe. But that's all, you guys. I just wanted to stop in and say I'm still trekking along. I'm still getting things done, not at the pace that I had hoped or planned, but I'm still getting things accomplished and I'm still getting used to really sticking to my budget. And that's the bigger picture. I realize how much of that gray area I used to operate in before. As I said, I believe that it's serving a purpose in bigger overall picture, maybe getting to the root of some of this impulsiveness and helping me work through some of the money blockers that I currently have, or just helping me process some of these emotions and be like, where's this coming from? Like, why am I getting emotional about this? Or why am I feeling this way because this didn't happen or because this happened? But anywho, you guys, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I hope that it brought some value to you. If any of this is sounding familiar or if you have any advice, please leave a comment down below. And as usual, I will catch you guys in the comments into the next video. Bye.